Alrighty, sir.
Matted. Found it really cool.
Ready when you are, Mr. Chair.
Beautiful.
Ready for roll call?
Alrighty, here, let me get that up here. Oops, one more.
Very good.
All right, Delvo.
Yes.
Schuler.
Yep.
Scannell.
Here.
Dean.
Here.
Hinkvis.
Yes.
Parma.
Excuse me.
Ganther. Not here, probably.
We have
Okay.
a quorum.
So we do have quorum. So
Okay, very good.
Let the
Thank you.
record reflect that Neil has new glasses.
I do. Thank you,
Very
sir.
stylish.
Did you have those on when I walked in?
Oh, yeah.
Ganther's logged in.
How did I miss
Oh,
that?
okay. All right, Jessica is here, Mr.
Yeah.
Chair, so
Okay,
she just
very
talked.
good,
So.
thank you. Welcome, Jessica.
Hey there.
Okay, a motion to approve the agenda, please.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Scannell, motion and second by Matt, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Minutes from, actually, we have two sets of minutes, January 10th and February 2nd.
I move to approve the minutes.
Second.
Again.
Motion by Alderman Scannell, second by Kathy, all in favor to approve the minutes, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Regular business. Number one, consideration of possible action on the award of a Fair Housing Services 3-year contract to Metropolitan Milwaukee Fair Housing Council and Community Development Block Grant Funding. I think that was Krista, huh?
Actually, I'm going to take that one.
Oh,
Mr. Chair,
please,
please.
please.
This is obviously, this is a contract we have actually had in the past for them for providing fair housing assistance and information to the public. In discussions with the mayor's office, obviously folks are probably familiar that the Equal Rights Commission just kind of issued their report on housing here with the last city council meeting.
Remember that, yes.
So the mayor has asked that we hold off on this until the next RDA to give these folks, the Milwaukee Fair Housing Council, a chance to review that report and take that into consideration as part of their proposal. So we're just asking to hold this for one meeting, if we could,
I
please.
think we need a motion, Fred.
Motion to hold.
Alderman Scannell,
Second.
second by Matt. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
And that's going to be, I'm sorry.
get that report?
It's available online, Debbie, but I can email it to you directly if you'd like. Happy to
Should
do
be
that.
It's on
part
the
of the
city
packet.
website?
Should be part of the packet.
The council packet,
Council
yep.
meeting.
But I can email it directly to you.
Okay.
I'm happy to do that.
Thanks, Deb. All right, so we're going to have the next meeting, you're thinking, the agenda?
I think
Very
that's
good.
all it takes, Mr. Chair, thank you.
Very good, thank you. Number two, consideration of possible action, a substantial amendment to the 2022 annual action plan to reallocate $332,449 of single-family housing rehab loans to housing development advancement projects. That one is just, right?
Yeah, that's me. So we are experiencing a backlog of home funds in our single-family rehab program. There's been, supply delays and contractor shortages, so we're not, NeighborWorks isn't able to move the money as fast as we would like to have it move into the community. And in our housing development projects budget, we are getting a lot of applications by developers to create affordable housing or rehab affordable housing. So what we would like to do is move that money from the single-family rehab into the housing development, so that is available for developers to request to build affordable housing in Green Bay.
And does this, Krista, have any impact on future allocations of how money is done, or?
Yeah, we may take a look at that when we do we're in the process right now of doing our 2023 annual action plan, so we'll take that into consideration when we put that together along with the public comments. We are having a public hearing on February 23rd, Thursday night, or Wednesday night? Is it 23rd or 22nd? The 22nd, yes, to hear the public comment on what they feel we should allocate our CDBG funds to and our home funding to, so.
But it doesn't block us,
No,
there's nothing
no.
we get forced into
No.
from this move or anything like that?
Nope, nothing that blocks
So
us.
kind of no unintended consequences?
Right.
This would be our basically our option in terms of how we would be budgeting the funds.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, absolutely. Great question, though, thank you.
And would those funds still apply to single-family rehab?
Yeah, there is still a budget in the single-family rehab.
450.
Yes, 450,000. So we do have money in that is being used to do the rehab, which will carry us through into our next one. We just would like to get some of that money out the door in the community faster.
This, for our timeliness,
Yep.
this just helps us get the funds out more effectively, so.
Use it or lose it.
And then one
Yeah,
more.
exactly, Debbie, exactly, yeah.
One more simple question, it may mean nothing. What is a substantial amendment versus an amendment?
I was gonna,
Well, that's what HUD calls it. They call it a
Because it's over
substantial.
a dollar
It's
amount?
over a dollar amount,
Got it.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
It's over the $25,000 amount.
And then is there like super substantial?
No, there's not super substantial,
What do you think
just
that-
substantial.
you think instead of sub, it'd be over
Yeah.
substantial.
Super substantial.
Gotta get the sub out.
Yeah, and once, if you approve this, then this will be published in the paper for any comments for 30 days. And then after that, the money will be moved if there aren't any comments.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Alderman Scannell,
Second.
second by Debbie. Questions or comments in regard to the motion?
No, I just have a comment or a question, not in regards to the motion, but in regards to the 332,000. Is that going to be handled like gap financing?
Oh, see, I think that could be in terms of most likely, yeah, we'd be looking at projects that are having financial issues making their, so. So that would, most likely would be what it would be applied for, then, absolutely.
Not that it's going to be like one big chunk given to somebody.
I mean, I don't think that's the intent. I mean, I could never say never, but we would bring that forward for approval if that was the case, so.
One quick comment, because I usually notice this. In the body of this, it talks about amount that's 367,384,
Yeah,
but in the recommendation, it says 332,449.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a typo.
Oh.
It should be 367,384.
Okay.
I apologize for that.
Probably just wanted to make sure we got two.
Thank you. for the
Motion.
catch. Absolutely, thank you, sir. Good catch, so. Much appreciated, Matt.
Any other questions or comments in regard to the motion in a second? If not, all those in favor of the motion second, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. We're moving right along here. Number 3, consideration of possible action to approve a 6-month planning option to NeighborWorks Green Bay for the development of a single-family housing on the sites located adjacent to Mary Street and Gallagher Avenue.
And I'll be taking that
Brenda,
one. Gary. Yep. So we have a number of sites that are located, they're all joined together by Gallagher and Mary Street. It's a site that hasn't been developed in the past just because, one, it's in a floodplain, and two, it requires large amount of infrastructure added to it. NeighborWorks has come up with a plan to develop the area. And they're requesting a 12-month planning option to explore the options to design and develop those and to review the development of the stormwater management in that area. They're also looking at the site as in May, the new FEMA maps are supposed to come out. This site is, at this time, part of that change that's going on with those maps, so they want to make sure that that's coming out of the zone. They're also requesting the additional parcel, which is 930 Mary Street, to be donated for future adopted home project. I'm gonna go back to the first one. First part, the whole thing, we are actually recommending a 6-month planning option with us having the ability to extend it by another 6 months. The 930 Mary Street for the adopt-a-home, would like to hold off on separating that as a different planning option at this time, because we don't know what's gonna happen with that full Gallagher site, and whether that could be an access point or something like that to the development. So our recommendation at this time is to give the 6-month planning option with ability for us to extend it for 6 months, so that they could explore their options for the floodplain and the development there for the stormwater. We do have NeighborWorks and a local veterans organization that they've been proposing this development with. here, so if you have any questions, they are certainly available to speak.
Questions or comments? And if anyone feel the need to open the floor, we can, but I'm not sure it's necessary, but it's up to you. I think it's pretty clear.
Yes, I do
Pretty clear
too.
proposal. Yeah, so
I
anyway,
make a motion, move to approve.
Kathy needs a motion.
Second?
Second, Alderman Scannell. Questions or comments in regard to the motion? If not, all those in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Thank you. Good luck, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Good luck.
Yes.
Have you guys seen all the apartment buildings that are going back in there? You know, this kind of goes, as you're coming around the curve onto Belt, and you're going towards,
Okay, yeah.
right? Right in front of that invest, like there's a break, and there's a whole bunch of apartment buildings going in.
Yeah, I thought it's in there, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I drove by there one day, I'm like, holy man, look
Yeah,
at
yeah.
all these back here.
Yeah. That's all we do,
That's all.
something.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Informational, I didn't have any questions. I don't know if anybody else in regards to the financial report or check register. If not, director's report. Neil, what's happening? buddy?
Yep, just a brief update regarding, remember, obviously, this body had been discussing the Bay Lake City Center, just wanted to let folks know, and took action at their last meeting. The owner's representative is essentially proceeding with a revised set of plans that does not require either the corner or the easement. So they are working with our building inspection department to kind of revise and review those plans. So those are not in at this time, but they are having conversations regarding those. So as we get additional information on that, we'll certainly pass that along.
You think in general that it's feasible to do it without us?
I think I think there's a way for them probably to achieve code compliance. Certainly not necessarily in a, I guess, aesthetic manner that would probably be something we would like to see.
Right.
But I believe there probably is right at this point, it sounds like there will be, we haven't actually seen the plan,
Okay.
so there hasn't been anything to review,
That's
but it could potentially, again, eliminating the access points on that side where the easement was needed.
Okay.
So see, that would also cause some rerouting of the access points for tenants inside the building, and it is certainly not a minor undertaking, but, so our understanding is they are proceeding
Okay.
along those lines at this time. And just actually literally a half hour before the meeting here, we did, representative of the owner actually found meeting minutes from May of 2015 of the RDA, where that actually the sale of that corner building was actually approved back in March of 2015 for a transition for $10, but for some reason that we don't know yet, obviously it was never executed because obviously the land is still in the name of the RDA. So regardless of this action, the previous action taken by the RDA would have reversed that. So just wanted to make folks aware that we've discovered that. It's our understanding, I just quick dropped this on Joanne minutes after she walked in. This would not have gone to council. Similar, this would have been an RDA
Right,
decision.
right.
Because it was RDA-owned property. So at that time, it appears that decision was made to do that, but for reasons we are not aware of, that was never executed and transferred.
Well,
So just as an FYI on that was previously identified. So we may be reaching out to some former staff to see if there's any additional information they can. So I certainly went back and was looking for this, but I didn't go back far enough. Apparently, the previously approved building plans, when all of this was occurring, including the improvements, Matt, you referenced the Schreiber improvements for the wall and so forth, was right around this time. And I think the building plans that were, the last approved building plans for that, involving that corner, were from February of 2015. So those would have been done. Then this was brought forward then to the RDA for discussion at that time. So what exactly the ramifications of that are, we don't really know at this point. We're still kind of looking at it. Again, we just received the information here shortly. But it was very, very clear that it was certainly, the plan, both the plans, that document, and this action the intent was obviously to combine those properties at that time.
Right.
But again,
And who are we transferring the property to?
the condominium association, essentially. I believe it's to the Bay Lake City Center Condominium Association would have been who we'd be transferring it to. And I think that was similar to what they were requesting this previous time around. So that's more just being provided just as an FYI to this group. And now again, there's no, staff's not recommending any additional action. If there's anything that this body would like us to pursue, certainly we were happy to do so, but at this point, that is just being provided as an update.
The drama continues.
The drama continues, yes,
Uh,
exactly.
And there also was a third party that was somewhat interested in this development. Nothing you can report on that?
Our understanding is that that group, while certainly formally exists, there is not any financial commitment nor a plan to meet on this topic anytime soon, was our understanding,
Well,
so.
Interesting. Other projects?
Just in general, we kind of continue to kind of work through, so certainly issues regarding 216 Military Avenue in terms of getting their approvals for the WIDA tax credit awarded project that's on that site. Trying to work with Plan Commission and Council on getting kind of more of the zoning approvals for that project. They have their financing request into the city as well, but they've already received tax credits. But it's really kind of a finalization of kind of getting the final zoning that's being amended to really kind of, they've got existing zoning that's there that allows multifamily, but the planned unit development kind of offered some additional things that have been there. There have been concerns expressed by the Military Avenue Business Improvement District regarding that project. So we're kind of making sure that there's actually a project that's suitable to the neighborhood and to the bid at this point. So working through that more or less really on that end of things. Similarly, on 200 North Monroe, just a quick update there. The developer had reached out to HUD for some financing assistance. They had expressed some concerns regarding the environmental situation on the particular site. And given it a kind of a preliminary denial, it's not a permanent issue on that, but in terms of because of some of the outstanding environmental issues they were not comfortable with, which is ironic because we've been working with EPA and they are comfortable with what's going on. So we need to try to get one federal agency to talk to the other to make sure that they're okay on how things are proceeding on that. So just at least a temporary setback, I guess, in terms of getting the financing for the project approved. That's okay. So we're working on, still working with the developer on that project to get that to potentially be reviewed and move forward on that. So those are certainly the primary ones that have been taking up most of staff's time here in recent days, but happy to answer any questions on any other projects.
And thanks for updating your project report. That
Yes.
was very informational.
Yep.
Very useful.
Anything you can tell us about our decision, your discussion with Paul?
Well,
Anything to-
the discussion, essentially, Alder Scanner, was that he's proceeding with an alternative design on the
Yes,
building.
okay.
Yeah, so that was what I was referencing previously. He's just,
Right.
so since those options are not being made available, he's pursuing alternative designs.
Okay.
Jeff, any update on Downtown Inc. and Main?
I don't have anything for you today, Gary.
Okay. On Broadway. I believe that's her, right?
Yep.
There's Brooke, there she is.
Hey, Brooke.
Hi. Yeah.
Any
You
exciting?
guys, for what updates we have?
Yeah,
Yep,
any
just
exciting
anything.
you'd like to pass on to us?
Oh, we have our State of the Broadway District event coming up next week. I think a few of you are signed up, so otherwise, please sign up to attend virtually.
Very good, thank you. Military. I think she's there, isn't she?
Hi, I'm here.
Yep, I thought you were. Any particular updates you'd like to give to this group?
So, like Neil said, we're still dealing with the Shopko housing piece. And there's a lot of questions. We keep going back and forth with this, but don't really have a lot of answers to the concerns that we brought up. And then we're also working with the Keene family on potentially moving some of their Broadway automobile facilities down towards the Green Bay Nursery.
Okay.
All right.
Nice article in the Press Gazette.
Thank you.
Very well done.
Very nice.
Very nicely done.
It was an old picture.
It was great. Yeah, Jeff, please.
Speaking of a very nice article in the Press Gazette, the Sunday Business of the Press did a very nice feature on City Deck Landing.
Yes, I
And,
did.
That's a 77-unit apartment development under new ownership, and all of their retail space is spoken for. So
very
a
good.
radio station, a coffee shop, and a downtown market. So we're really pleased with that. There are 4 retail spaces there. The waterfront market will take 2 of the spaces. WGBW Radio, a corner entity, and Anchor Coffee will be between the 2. So
Fantastic.
we're really pleased with that turnaround. All those entrepreneurs are excited about opening new businesses in that location in the months ahead.
Fantastic.
Just a note on that one, Mr. Chair,
Yes,
thanks for
please.
Jeff reminding me that there are TIF incentives on that original building for the original developer on that one that need to be assigned. So we are working with the previous owner and the current owner. They were supposed to give us notification before the sale. They failed to do so, but have done so now. So it's just mostly an assignment. There's a couple of things. There's a shortfall payment on the TIF that needs to be addressed, as well as some long-term TIF financing that just needs to be addressed. It's a part of that. So once that's ready, we'll be bringing that forward to you here. There's also a separate one on 409 North Broadway. It's the Hibernia House, I believe, is the project on that one. There's also a TIF agreement in place on there, but they're current and on all aspects of there, so it's just simply accepting the assignment. Those will probably be on the next agenda, so.
Great. Debbie, you have a question, please?
Jeff, what's the market?
So it's called the Waterfront Market.
What is it? It's a grocer?
It will be a neighborhood grocery market, yes.
Oh, very good. Excellent. Ronnie, please. I'm still a hard copy type of guy, and Sunday's paper was not delivered to me, so I missed the article, but I'll have to make sure I get it, because yeah, I don't know why it wasn't delivered to me, but it wasn't. Anyway, so, yeah, I'm sorry I missed it. I'll follow up, though. Definitely need it. Thank you. Any other questions or comments for staff or anyone else? If not, our next meeting is March 14th, and so we're going to have some good agenda items again, Neil. So motion to adjourn, please.
Motion to adjourn.
Second. Second by Kathy, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned, thank you very much. everyone.
Recording stopped.